So we are continuing our review of the 4th season of Black Mirror with the second part. Raj, I mentioned last time that it was a series that disappointed me.
And I mentioned last time that it's a series that met my expectations.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say exceeded, but
you were happy, you were content with it.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm a fan of the Black Mirror franchise. I think it's, and I love this because I've seen it on Facebook quite a few times. Everyone's calling it the new Twilight Zone, and I think that's a very fitting descriptive of it.
More disturbing, well, I was going to say more current.
Well,
that's quite scary, thinking it's current, because obviously it's a look to the future that could go wrong, potentially.
I don't think it's not, that future is not too far
That
off.
far off,
yeah.
No, that's the worrying thing, isn't it? And I think that's why it probably disturbs so many people, isn't it? Because there are similarities to our modern day living. Hang on DJ, we mentioned on the last video that we did of Black Mirror, the first part, that there was, I think, in my mind, a similarity to San Junipero, which I think was the best episode of the last season. Hang the DJ, for me, I think was trying to be that episode.
And I think a lot of people who've seen Black Mirror so far, who binge watched it on December 29th, the minute that it came out, were also saying, oh, that's my favorite episode.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people will identify with the whole dating app thing, because there's so many people that use dating apps, and there are so many of them now.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what the story is, isn't it? It's the dating app.
Yeah, and then this sort of weird, sort of underlying tone, that very Truman Show sort of.
Yeah.
You know, like they're stuck into this world that everyone knew about and was watching, but...
I never thought of that, because that actually is a really good
point. Towards the end,
yeah,
is what I'm saying, it felt very Truman Show, where they were trying to escape and they couldn't.
So, I mean, it really centres on the shallowness of relationships that are very quick, I suppose. And if you're using an app and you're going through loads of relationships and you haven't found the one, you haven't found the person you want to settle with, it is a shallow existence, and I suppose that's what the episode was saying, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just basically they agree to this app or program where they are meant to go through many different relationships, but the algorithm tells them that you're due to meet this person and you're going to have a relationship for 3 months or 3 years or 3 weeks or 3 hours, and you have to like go to a special place to consummate your relationship, and it's very weird.
It's quite disturbing, the fact that, you know, you're told how long that relationship is going to last, because if you're getting on with somebody and the time is running out, there's that frustration thing, which I think we can all, you know, identify with, and we can all.
And the weird thing is, like, you have technology telling you that, you know, this is how long you're supposed to date someone, where when you're in a real relationship, you just don't know.
Yeah. So you have no control over it.
But I don't think like the title of the episode had anything really to do with the story. No. So yeah, just throw your preconceived notions out the door about what the episode is about, because you'll be disappointed if you think it has anything to do with DJs. But
it was one of the better episodes for me. I haven't seen Metalhead. You've seen Metalhead. So
I have seen Metalhead. Probably the most different episode of Series 4. Basically, it's a very dystopian future, very Terminator-like, where basically it's people, you know, Mad Max style. It's all shot in black and white, which is a bit interesting. But basically, you've got these killer robot dogs that are out just hunting people. So people are on the run, everyone's dead, people are, you know, it focuses on this one really group of people, on this woman who are just trying to survive and trying to get somewhere and trying to there's a whole thing with a teddy bear, which you just have to watch the episode to see, but basically it's just people trying to survive with being killed by these killer robot dogs who are just out to kill them.
Killer robot dogs, it's sold to me. I tell you, I haven't seen it, I really want to see it now. I just love that idea.
Yeah, and you're not quite expecting these robot dogs to like be there. They just kind of show up, and you know, the dogs move in such a way that it feels like a real dog, but these dogs can like shoot machine guns and like pop like little bullets out of their heads and stuff. It's so weird. It's like, it's very Terminator-like.
See, that sounds really cinematic, yet it's one of the shorter episodes, isn't it? I think it's 35 or 40 minutes. Yeah. It's quite a short one. Did it feel like it was, like it needed more space?
No, I think for me it was like the right amount of time. I mean, basically the premise of the episode is these killer dogs like shoot like GPS trackers into people, and then the GPS trackers all connect to the other dogs. So basically all the dogs just hone in and just start killing people like wolves. Really kind of freaky. But yeah, it felt like a very short movie. You don't know why these killer dogs came about. You don't know why. I guess they call them metalheads, maybe. I don't know. You don't know why the future has gotten the way it's gotten to. You're just really, stuck in the small microcosm of this woman trying to survive.
So, Black Museum, which I started off enjoying, and then, the second half, I think I fell asleep actually in the last 5 minutes. That's not great, is it?
Black Museum is kind of like a few different stories, more Black Mirror episodes, kind of tied up all into one episode, and kind of like connects some of the episodes to other episodes as well. So it's maybe setting the whole like Black Mirror universe into motion.
And it features a doctor who is addicted to the pain transfer process, which is quite a weird idea, isn't it? When you think about it, it's very disturbing.
That story was so disgusting.
Yeah.
I literally, I hate torture porn horror movies, and that episode got a little torture porny to me.
So
I had to look away.
I know what you mean. I mean, in a nutshell, it's somebody who's getting off on somebody's pain, isn't it?
Yeah. And that pain being funneled into their senses through this weird sort of helmet and everything. Yeah, I really didn't like the episode that much because of that factor. But that's not the only story that's told in the episode. So basically there's a few mini stories about how technology's gone wrong, this experimental technology, all sort of culminating into this guy opening up a museum about all these weird black, dark things that happen in the end. And then basically there's this one character who's British, and she comes to the museum, and it's just sort of, well, I want to check it out. Everyone's talking about it, but as all interesting stories does, she has an agenda. Yeah. But the story about, it's so good about how they took the dead woman's consciousness and put it into a different body. Yeah. And then when put it into her husband, I guess, but when the woman inside the husband's head started getting too much, they transferred the consciousness into a doll. Yeah. And that was pretty freaky. That was bizarre. Yeah.
But overall, and I feel quite uncomfortable admitting that I didn't enjoy this season, because previously I've loved Black Mirror. Again, like I say, I think it ran out of steam. I think they've gone as far as they can with it. But I have to say, I'm toying with two-star rating for Black Mirror, which I thought I would never do, because previously it's been 4 and 5.
I will definitely give season 4 of Black Mirror 3.5 stars. It could have been a lot better. I was really excited when I knew the new season was going to come out. I don't think they're going to stop making episodes of Black Mirror.
It's so popular, isn't it?
Yeah. I think if they just need to be a little bit more creative in the writing room with some of the episodes, and not make things too unbelievable, because I think that was their weakest point this time, was still not quite believable.
But that's probably because they pushed it so far. They have to go for the next more disturbing storyline, don't they? So how much further are they going to be able to take it? How much more disturbing can this future be if it's something that we should relate to?
I still think it's quite important to tell these stories, though, because we are making so many strides in technology, and technology is meant to improve our lives, but the warning signs of how technology can actually end our lives needs to be told too. And I think that's why Black Mirror is so strong, because no one besides them are really telling these stories.
Has Black Mirror concentrated on climate control?
They did, actually. Season 3, the episode with the bees. Do you remember that one?
Yeah. Because I think they could probably
I don't think it was about the climate, but it was definitely about
because that, for me, is one of the most disturbing future, concepts, is that...
But it was like the bees gone wrong, and the technology turned on the humans.
I forgot about that episode. That was a really good one, actually. So, yeah, I'll be more kind. 2.5 stars, maybe. I think there is so much wrong with it, but I love what Black Mirror is, and I love the fact they're constantly pushing, our thoughts and making us think about stuff.